What's up everyone, Darcblade here with another news video for Mass Effect Andromeda. Again we are focusing on the multiplayer, and on the bioware Twitter, in time for PAX East, they have announced 2 of the multiplayer characters that we will be able to get our hands on. If you're able to get to PAX East, then you can try them out for yourself, but let's take a look at what these new characters are, shall we? Firstly, the Krogan Engineer. Now looking at the character loadout here that we have, it's very interesting. He seems to be a pretty standard engineer class with the Overload Incinerate combo. I assume they are going to function similar to all the other Mass Effects, with Overload dealing decent damage to shields and barriers, while Incinerate deals with armoured foes. On top of that, it also has a new ability called Assault Turret that we have not seen before. Whether this functions similar to the turrets from the other Mass Effect games, we'll have to wait and see. You can see also under the Krogan Engineer title, it says Tech. So this is more than likely the type of character it is, a tech-based character. It also shows it's an uncommon character as well. That's more than likely linked to the loot crates and the card drops. Like with the Krogans in the previous games, he's probably tough with high amounts of health and shields. It says he's an explosive technician with high survivability and area damage. This is great. Who knew all those science lessons she had to take would be so handy? If only she could brag to her friends back home about her new team and how much fun fighting these little cat guys is. Now this shows that it's a female Krogan as well, a first for the multiplayer. There has never been a female Krogan in the multiplayer up until now. And lastly, looking down at the cards, you can see it has 2 weapons. Now whether these are weapons that you'll get to change or if they are restricted solely to this class, we're not sure yet. I hope it's weapons that you get to select and that you're not just restricted to one of these 2 weapons. But we'll have to wait until the hands-on before we find that out for certain. Now moving on to the second character they revealed, the Asari Duelist. This is classed as a combat and ultra rare character. She is a biotic warrior with a sword, high mobility, and both damage and defensive powers. The Asari Duelist is a former Justicar. She keeps her distance from the other team members and harbours doubts about whether she made the right choice with coming to this new galaxy. Now looking down, her powers say Charge, Backlash and Lance. Now charge could mean biotic charge, although that is not quite in keeping with the combat skills, but it more than likely is biotic charge if it's an Asari. Backlash, not sure what this ability is, could be completely something new or something related to her sword. And lastly, Lance, which I've been told is very similar to the phase disruptor ability of the N7 Slayer. Looking down at her weapons, the Disciple and Katana, both shotguns that we're well aware of already, as they were both in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. I am interested in this character, especially as it says she's a combat character and not a biotic character. But we'll have to wait and see again how this works out when the game is released, or if you're able to get your hands on it at PAX East this weekend. Anyway, what do you think of the new characters? Really excited to see that there is finally some images of the multiplayer coming out, and I can't wait to see if there's going to be anything released this weekend about the multiplayer. But don't forget to check back to this channel, as I'll be trying to keep up to date with all the Mass Effect multiplayer news leading up to the game's release. Anyway, I've been Darcblade, bringing you an information video regarding Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.